State lawmakers are continuing to debate ways to make the state's casinos more competitive. We'll have more on the local impact. Plus, Denny Spinner is planning to testify in tonight's edition of Monday with the Mayor, and some healthy living tips from the Tri-County YMCA tonight on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. More on casinos shortly, but we begin with tragedy this evening. A Jasper woman killed in a northern Kentucky crash at around 10:30 yesterday morning. Reports out of Kentucky say 22-year-old Alyssa Wagner was driving northbound along the Pennyrile Parkway near the Hopkins-Christian County lines when for some reason she drove off of the left-hand shoulder of the road. Reports say Wagner's SUV then went back onto the northbound lanes where it hit an overpass support and rolled over onto its passenger side before coming to rest. Wagner was pronounced dead at the scene by the Hopkins County, Kentucky Coroner's Office. Meanwhile, several passengers in the SUV were taken to the hospital for treatment of injuries. 22-year-old Lauren Sesson of Ogden, Illinois, along with 23-year-old Kristen Hostetter of Bloomfield and 23-year-old Jenna Banks of Rockport were taken to Baptist Health in Madisonville, Kentucky. Additionally, 24-year-old Jared Damming of Newburgh was flown to St. Mary's Hospital in Evansville, while 23-year-old Malcolm Webb of Rockport was flown to Deaconess Hospital in Evansville for treatment. Kentucky authorities say this investigation is still ongoing. A French Lick man was arrested yesterday afternoon after he crashed his car in Jasper while driving drunk. Jasper police were called to the accident scene in the 300 block of South Meridian Road just before 3:10 yesterday afternoon. JPD says 42-year-old Michael Logenauer had been going southbound on Meridian Road when he went off of the roadway. Police say Logenauer went through the yard at Jason and Jill Kelly's residence, hitting a mailbox before hitting a city-owned light pole and coming to rest. After arriving at the scene, officers say they smelled alcohol and Logenauer refused a field sobriety test. He also refused to cooperate with a blood and urine draw after being taken to Memorial Hospital. Logenauer was booked into the DuBois County Security Center and he's charged with OWI and obstruction of justice. Meanwhile, a passenger in Logenauer's vehicle, 81-year-old Eddie Flick of French Lick, was taken to the hospital to be treated for pain in his neck, back, arm, and leg. State lawmakers are continuing to work towards solving the ongoing debate over how to make Indiana's casinos more competitive. The latest attempt to resolve the issue came in the form of House Bill 1540. That bill, which passed by a 76-19 vote in the House, would allow riverboat casinos such as the Tropicana Riverboat Casino in Evansville to move inland to adjacent properties that meet certain requirements. The bill also aims to extend the availability of promotional play deductions for the riverboats and Indiana's two racinos until July 1st of 2018, among other provisions. The bill is now awaiting a vote in the Senate's Committee on Public Policy. Now, the bill additionally allows for live dealers at the racinos, an issue that has been at the center of debate. District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer says this issue has taken some compromise, as the live dealers would cause problems for casinos here in southwestern Indiana.
We knew, when they got live dealers, it's going to negatively impact French Lick and the casinos in Harrison County and over near Cincinnati. So they've adjusted their tax rates, to offset that, to help keep everybody solid.
Legislators began pushing for change in late January after hearing concerns about revenue shortfalls at the casinos. The casinos are arguing the decline is largely due to competition from neighboring states. Messmer says in the end, the changes are needed to keep up with the times.
And when we started 20 years ago, we were the only state in the Midwest that had casinos, and so we kind of had, we were going to be successful no matter what we did. But as Michigan and Illinois and Ohio have come online with casinos, it's really put pressure, on our existing casinos, and so we're trying to make things adjustments to allow them to be competitive, and we want to keep them vibrant operations because they're a large source of employment and a large source of revenue to the state.
Now, the issue of casinos has been the subject of debate in the State House since discussions began during the 2013 legislative session. Well, what would the St. Patrick's Day festivities in Ireland be without royalty? At last night's St. Patrick's Day Queen pageant, 16-year-old Nicole Kress was crowned as this year's Miss Shamrock. Kress, the daughter of Nick and Jill Kress, is a sophomore at Jasper High School. She's heavily involved in performing arts, including being part of 7 musicals over the last 4 years. Mariah Tavis was the first runner-up, Clara Sander was second runner-up in Miss Photogenic, and 18-year-old Colleen Hope was Miss Congeniality. You can watch the Miss Shamrock pageant in its entirety here on 18 WJTS next Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. and on Sunday, March 22nd at 2 p.m. We will also be broadcasting the Ireland St. Patrick's Day Parade and highlights of other events as part of our coverage. And finally tonight, officials at Holiday World and Splash and Safari say all is now ready to go with the park's newest ride. On Saturday, the park started up the Thunderbird roller coaster for the first time and launched its first train just after 2 o'clock Central Time Saturday afternoon. The train completed its first full circuit with 20 water-filled dummies on board. Thunderbird is the first major steel roller coaster in Holiday World's nearly 60-year history. Thunderbird makes its official debut on Saturday, April 25th, when Holiday World opens for the 2015 season. Splash and Safari is set to open on May 13th. For more information or to apply for a seasonal job, you can call 1-877-463-2645, or you can go online to holidayworld.com. All right, coming up next, Denny Spinner has asked to testify for tonight's edition of Monday with the Mayor, and later on, 60-degree weather is in the cards and more ways to live healthy from the Tri-County YMCA. We're back after this.